Hey everybody, we are back with another design update for the Nemesis R1, and I am really excited about this update. We're getting close to what we want to see for the final design of the car, and these latest updates, I've been providing my feedback into Matt, and Matt's been making awesome progress on the car, so let's take a look. Okay, so let's jump into the design. So the process goes along the lines of Matt provides me a revision, I come back with some kind of mock-up or markup like this that says, hey, I want to do a little bit more of this kind of faceted design, this layered design. I think it provides a little bit more visual interest. I'd take some inspiration from other different photos and vehicle designs that I see, but I'm just giving rudimentary feedback and stuff back into Matt, and then he goes ahead and he takes that stuff and he changes it into things like this. I'm blown away with this new design concept of the car, of being able to be much more faceted and almost like floating panels sitting on top of the chassis. I can't even talk about how excited I am about this design. It just is absolutely futuristic. It's just constantly moving. It almost, looks like a transformer in mid-transformation. It's really cool. I'm so excited on the design direction that we're heading here. So we can see that we still have our pockets open for where we're going to do our headlights. We might have to do a little bit more shaping on these fenders just to be able to give us the turning radius that we want on the wheel, but overall this is kind of the design direction that we're looking at. So the front half of the car, Matt's really worked on being able to provide that floating kind of view of the vehicle. So if we take a look at things like on the side of it as well, we start to see some of the same design aspects that we had in the rear of the car, but starting to come together with more of this layered appearance and angular appearance. Even our fender wells are all this angular, it brings so much visual interest to the side of the car. We still haven't cleared out things on the back, on the rear here for the suspension. This rear area will start to appear more floating like the rest of the vehicle as we start to pull those things out. So there's still some revisions on the back that Matt's looking to go through to be able to try to bring some of that pure design direction throughout the whole vehicle from the front to the from the front to the rear. But as you can tell, I'm super excited in the design direction that this car is taking. It's got aspects of a lot of different vehicles and things, inspirations that I've been asking for to try to see into the car. I really like the new design of the Gen 2 Formula E cars, and you'll see that in the nose section and the layer that we're doing here as well on the front of the car. I'm a huge Batman fan. I love the tumbler. I love all the different kind of design aesthetics of it. And if you take a look at the kind of floating panels and things, you start to see some of that come through in this. Even the latest Batmobile that you see from the latest Justice League movies. You've got different aspects in there with the fenders and the large kind of flares and wings coming off of that. So a lot of these different design aesthetics are starting to be put into the car. Really creating that underlying tube chassis performance appearance with floating panels sitting on top. Now of course we'll be filling in this gap that's here. There's actually an air inlet at the top that's going to be going down into the intercooler on the top to be able to provide the cooling for the turbocharged engine. But everything about this just screams aggression and performance. Here we're seeing that rear quarter view, and Matt's starting to incorporate about floating red, hollow taillights that are going to be part of the design, and the big rear diffusers out the back as well, becoming that aggressive appearance, and my exhaust coming out here in the center of it, really allowing lots of airflow coming through that engine bay and keeping everything cool as we're driving. And as you see here, we've got kind of blocked off panels where the suspension's actually going to travel back and forth. You got the shock and coilover coming down here, so this has to be cleared out a little bit, and these will end up being more of a floating panel look appearance as well on the sides. but extremely excited in the design direction that this is all heading. I mean, this top level view looking down on the car is just absolutely bonkers. You know, it's just so much visual interest, and that was one of the things I think on as we've been working through the designs, is really trying to find that design aesthetic. You know, what is the appearance, what is the feeling that you want to get from this car, and it's just pure aggression is what I wanted, right? I want people, when you're driving this down the road, I want this expression of, what the hell was that? Where did that come from? You know, I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Really a unique, crazy design looking to be able to pull off with this car. So, you know, like I said, you know, this front view, everything about it, I'm so extremely excited. Looking forward to seeing what we do on the back here to be able to bring kind of this first half of the car's got a lot of that floating appearance, but not as much on the rear, and bringing that into the rear. So excited. Going to be meeting up with Matt, going over some of the different final design things, and then we'll probably end up doing a mock-up of it without going straight to aluminum. For the most part, all of these panels we should be able to create in an origami style, Pepakura style of folding of aluminum panels to get what we want. Maybe welding some of the different stuff and grinding and sanding them down to get you know, just no seams on some of the parts of it. But it should be a really cool way of being able to try to set these body panels on the car, float them on there with some different frames. So yeah, just so excited. You know, can't wait to be able to provide the next update on the car and getting into more of the different details. So stay tuned. So excited, and we'll see you in the next video.